watch schedule where you're going to be in the atmosphere. I don't know of any, well, how would you say, interaction between any of the agencies that are involved. To be honest, I don't even know who's really running the facility. I've heard it was ONI, but I don't think so. The sheriffs have strict, that's all government land. That there's absolutely, if a sheriff comes on the land without authorization, then we have orders to shoot. There's no question, no badge. I mean, there's no limits to what. Now, if a sheriff catches anybody, I don't know, because I've never been there when a sheriff caught anybody or anything like that. You know what I mean? But they're not called out. We don't call out outside any kind of outside law enforcement intervention whatsoever. They usually deal with security all by themselves. I mean,
how many people do you think are on the facility total?
In levels 1 and 2, and the ground levels, I'd probably have to say maybe 75. Levels 3 and 4, I believe there's a whole new set of barracks down there. As I say, we see people coming and going. As long as they get through that elevator, they come up to it. We don't ask no questions. If that light hits red, then we detain people. I mean, believe it. I've never detained. We've never detained me. I've never witnessed anybody being detained at the facility.
Okay. Do you want to talk about any of the base security systems, detection equipment?
Yes, I know a little bit about it. Within a circumference of 200 yards completely surrounding the facility is all completely mined with explosives, what they call a C-26, which is a really super high and intense plastic explosive, a lot different than C4, a lot more dense. Then there's an infrared systems around, but there's 4 snipers on duty at all times with starlight scopes. And then there's laser setups all around, which presented a problem a lot of times because of the environment outside would penetrate it. I believe the last 2 months I was there, they upgraded it so it had to be somebody walking on 2 legs to completely tow. It had to be an upright walking person to penetrate it instead of a 4-legged. I mean, I guess these things, from what I've told, can determine weight when something walks through it, which are, I believe, are about 2 feet off the ground, which are disguised, I believe, in cactus. I've never seen anything out there, but that's what I've been told is out there. I mean, when we go out on a search patrol, they'll turn it off on the search patrol. So if anybody was going to penetrate the base, if you're looking at a search patrol, then you know it's all right to get through the laser system, to get through that security type of blanket. To get through the mines and stuff, you'd have to be an experienced. You're going to have to crawl on your belly for at least a half of a mile and jab and move before you can get through it. I mean, if they go off and you're within a 10-foot vicinity, then you'd be dead. You'd be vaporized, because that C-26 is a classified, I mean, it's supposed to be classified. I don't know what too many people know about it, but it's a high-grade explosive. It's a lot more volatile than C4. As I say, satellites pass over that area, especially, I mean, Eastern Bloc satellites used to pass over. I don't know about now, but in the last couple of months it's pretty I don't know, but I assume they're still passing them over. They pass over pretty periodically, and they shut that place down. There's one satellite, I don't know the name of it, but when it passes over, we shut it down completely until it's completely off, then they open it back up again.
Bring everything inside when the satellite is due.
It's like once every 2 days or something like that. It'll zip around. I know I assume it's a Russian, or it might even be one of ours that they don't want ours, with a high sensitivity to see, you know, some guy at I guess, you know, the National Security Agency pretty much controls with Cheyenne, you know, they jointly control those satellites. So.
He knew that sometimes the craft from level 2 were taken up to level 1 and taken out. They had to wait for the Russian satellites to pass. They'd get them all ready, so as soon as it passed, they could take them out and work on them until it was due again, they'd bring it back in and close the doors once more.
Okay, this is the dirt road comes on in. This is guardhouse 1. You have to drive into an enclosed building, a little one. Guard comes out, you go over here for a thumbprint checking your identification. There's 2 other gates you gotta go through, but being security personnel, we never had to go through that. We would just go straight through. Now the facility here is the ground level facility where they bring the disc up themselves. There's a door right here that completely opens up. There's a big satellite kind of in the rear here, and there's one in the front over here. It's usually pointing straight up at all times. The mess hall is over in this corner. There's a door to the parking lot, which is a wall, and you can come right into the mess hall. It goes around, which is a hallway. Over here is what you'd say here, CIC center, like on a ship, you know, where they monitor satellites and anything if anything's moving over the facility, then they'll shut it down for a while. I've never been in it. I've looked inside it, but I've never walked in and looked in it. It looks like a submarine controlled CIC room. Over here is a big access door. Now they bring the disc up one at a time. They never bring up more than one at a time. These are like the platforms that they bring them up on. And wheel it right on out, bring it on outside if they're going to try to activate it in somewhere or anything like that.
So this is like an open hangar, elevator platform.
Yes.
From the lower compartment.
A big open hangar. Yes. Not big. It doesn't look very big from the outside. I mean, it's because the discs themselves aren't very. I mean, you know, they're. I mean, yeah, I would say it's about 30 feet, 35 feet to the top. This is all open right in here. This is, there's a lot of equipment laying around. I don't even know when I begin to explain what it is, because I have no idea really what it is. It looks like a car tune-up garage, I mean, with all kinds of computer diagnostic stuff. And
it's under a roof though.
That's all this is under a roof, except for the parking lot over here.
Okay, how about a runway? For landing or taking off airplanes?
I've never seen an airplane land or take off. I've seen helicopters come and go, which is a pad about half a block back. It's like a little helo pad.
This is his sketch of the layout at level number 1, showing the disposition of the facilities on the floor. He does not show the bays there over here.
Yes, level 1 is basically your living quarters. There's 4 security detachments. Each has their own thing. One security detachment takes care of complete exterior of the facility around it constantly. One security detachment is gate and entrance. One security detachment is the levels, what I did, which is 2, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And detachment 1 is your snipers.
Compartmentized pretty well.
They keep everybody compartmentalized. We're not allowed to interact with any other security detachments whatsoever. We're not allowed to talk to them. We can talk to the people in our detachment only, you know, for a ball game, regular shop, no shop talk or anything like that. And then back here, right here is like, this is a very good one. Right here is a medical infirmary that they do. There's a naval corpsman. They give us physicals once every 3 months. Right here is another security office where we go through light examinations. Right here is pictures of everybody. There's like an office break room, but there's pictures of everybody